Welcome to Two Wheels, Many Blessings. I'm your host, Mark Sweeney. This podcast is about motorcycles, but it's about more than just bikes. It's about the people my wife Bobbie and I have met along the way and friendships that slowly turned into something deeper. It's about grit, loyalty, hard lessons, shared miles, and most of all, it's about gratitude because we've been blessed far more than we ever imagined. If you ride long enough, you learn something. It's not always about the machine. It's not always about the miles. And it's definitely not always about the destination. Sometimes it's about who shows up in your life because you decided to twist the throttle. And today, I want to tell you about one of those moments, a trip to Texas Tornado Boot Camp that became a brand new beginning in ways that we didn't see coming. Oh, I nearly forgot to thank our sponsors. Davey Todd, Isle of Man 2025 Race 1 winner, Josh Herron, four-time Daytona 200 champion, have been winning with KYT helmets. KYT's KX1 race helmet is a premium helmet worn by some of the world's top riders, offering the highest of safety and performance, a true podium finisher. The R2R, Race to Road, is designed for maximum comfort with the internal drop-down visor. TT Revo, designed after the KX1, it takes many cues from the top-of-the-line race helmet at an entry-level price. And for the dirt, the Skyhawk, made of tri-fiber composite, it's light as a feather. Check them out at kytamericas.com. Thailand Motor Tours, an all-inclusive motorcycle tour through the captivating mountains and valleys of northern Thailand, offering off-road and on-road tours November to January. The on-road tour, you ride the famous Mae Hong Sung Loop over 1,800 curves of motorcycle bliss. Off-road, ride the epic trails of northern Thailand that a few ever experience. This is more than a vacation. It's an adventure of a lifetime. Book your tour at thailandmotortours.com. I thought about starting this podcast for a long time, not because I think I have all the answers, and not because I'm trying to impress anyone, but because when you look back at your life and see the fingerprints of other people all over your journey, you realize something. You don't keep that to yourself. You talk about it. Motorcycles have been part of my life for years, but the deeper story isn't the bikes, it's the people. It's the riders who sharpen you, it's the ones who humble you, and it's the ones who stand behind you when things get hard. When life hits you hard, and it will, the people around you mean more than anything. That's what this podcast is really about. I plan on giving a brief review of why I created the AI deep dive into that person. The AI isn't always exact. Sometimes it pronounces words incorrect. The point is, maybe you will learn something about that person that you may not have known. Listening to the podcast gave me some background on people that I didn't know. So let me take you back. I heard about Texas Tornado Boot Camp like a lot of riders, and I thought, that sounds fun. Yeah, I can ride, but if you're honest with yourself, riding isn't about confidence. It's about skill. It's about discipline. It's about staying sharp when things get unpredictable. And the track or the road is always unpredictable. So I was in Houston and I drove up to the camp to check it out. Joe P was there and we chatted. We had some things in common and I went home and told Bobbie about it. She encouraged me to go and to have some fun. I signed up alone. Bobbie would hang out with some friends that live near. I went to learn. I went to get better. I went to challenge myself. I went to have some fun. What I did not expect was that I was walking into a room full of riders who would become part of my story. There's something different about riders who take it seriously. Not ego serious, not loud serious, discipline serious. People paying attention, people respecting the machine, people checking themselves instead of showing off. And when you put a group like that together, something happens. Conversations start. You talk about sessions, you compare notes, you laugh about mistakes, you share stories about racing, about kids, about work, about life. And then you realize this isn't just training. This is a connection. You meet one rider and that introduction leads to another, and that one introduces you to something else. And before you know it, you're not just part of a class, you're part of a network. During the boot camp, I met a lot of solid people. Craig was one of them. We had things in common: soccer, kids, riding. We trained together, we talked, we laughed. But there was a bigger point. Craig wasn't the only blessing. Meeting him led to meeting others, and meeting others led to deeper conversations. new rides, new friendships. I met Colin Edwards, Joe P., Mike Myers, Corey West, Brett Robinson, the Brooks Racing family, Shea Fouquet. Every one of them added something to my experience, different personalities, different backgrounds. That's how it happens in this world. Motorcycles introduce you to one person, and that one person opens the door to 10 more. Here's something I've learned. Motorcycles create friendships different than most environments because riding together requires trust. You're trusting someone's throttle control, their braking judgment, their awareness, their decision making. You're trusting that they won't put you in danger. That kind of trust accelerates connection. You don't need years of small talk. You share miles, risk, focus, and that strips away the surface level stuff. You encourage each other, you cheer for each other, you learn who someone really is, and you learn it fast. And when the foundation is built on discipline and respect, it lasts. After boot camp, I found myself thinking about what really stuck with me. Yes, I became a sharper rider. Yes, I wish I had done training like that earlier in my racing career. But the bigger blessing wasn't the drills, it was the people. In a world where everyone's distracted, where conversations are short and attention spans are shorter, motorcycles still bring people face to face. No screens, no filters, just presence. You feel alive on two wheels. You feel focused. You feel grounded. And somehow in that space, real friendships form. That's what I didn't see coming. So here's what you can expect from Two Wheels' many blessings. It isn't about showing off. It's about stories. It's about the people who we've met and telling their story, the lessons that riding teaches you, the mistakes that humble you, the people who sharpen you, the grit that shapes you, and the loyalty that holds when life gets hard, and the gratitude that comes when you realize you didn't build this life alone. Some episodes might be solo reflections, some might be conversations. Eventually, I'd like to bring riders on, not to talk about how fast they are, but to talk about the relationship that riding created, because every rider has a story. And more often than not, the best part of that story isn't the bike, it's the people. If you're listening right now and you ride, think about the people that you've met because of motorcycles, the ones who impressed you after you heard their story, the ones who gave you advice, the ones who pushed you to get better, the ones who rode beside you, the ones who showed up when you needed it. People are blessings. Maybe you didn't realize it at the time, but hopefully you do now. I know I do. Thank you for listening to the introduction of Two Wheels' Many Blessings. If this has resonated with you, subscribe, follow, share it with someone that you ride with. And remember, sometimes the trail doesn't just take you somewhere. Sometimes it brings someone into your life who blesses it. Proverbs 27:17, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Two Wheels, many blessings. I'll see you out there.